Welcome to the Intellectual Army. Do you want to know how to write strategic affirmations? Well, I'd like to give you 5 characteristics of strategic affirmations and 4 practical tips on how to write them. I'm the serial intellectual author of 10 books, recently released Metamorphic Dictus and BU Encouragements for Authenticity, as well as the creator of 6 original personal development tools. And it's my passion to help you grow in self-awareness, relational aptitude, personal skills, vocational effectiveness, and overall fulfillment in life. And one of the vehicles and chief tools to do that are strategic affirmations. So first, let's talk about what they aren't and what they are. Strategic affirmations are not general statements or sayings. They're not. They're not things that are just generically true. They're strategic, which means they have the affirmation part, but they have a strategy. There's a goal, there's specificity, there is a target. They are crafted in a way to produce brain rewiring, which should result in change of behavior over time, which should then give you some of the things you are longing for in your life. So let's talk about some basic characteristics of strategic affirmations, some basic characteristics that all strategic affirmations have, right? Number one, they focus on identity. Strategic affirmations all have I ams. They're all about who you are. That's their focus. All right. Number two, they're written in the present tense. I already gave that one away. I am, not the past and not the future. It's not about what you will be, what you were. It's who you are. Number three, they confront obstacles. Now, here's one of the things that I see that isn't done. Now, people have varying opinions about this. Mine is just a little bit more forward and practical. Okay. Here's the bottom line: you're going to encounter obstacles on your journey towards personal development, whether you're trying to start a business or a relationship or you're working through some problems. It doesn't matter what it is. You're going to encounter obstacles. Why not put those in your strategic affirmations? Some people are going to tell you just ignore it, just cover it up with a saying and just bury it. Well, we all know that's stupid. It doesn't work. I would rather take a strategic affirmation and arm it and equip it and resource it to actually help you navigate through and out of and over an obstacle. So I think they focus on confronting obstacles. Number four, they describe or talk about your vision as if it's a reality. So vision is what you see when you close your eyes. Close your eyes, you see vision, then you open it, and then you tell people about it or you write it out. Your strategic affirmations should describe your vision as if it's currently being executed. And number five, they're often uncomfortable to write and read. I believe effective strategic affirmations, if they're not uncomfortable to write or to read, they're too general because they should be pushing some of the buttons and some of the emotions and thoughts that are kind of clingy and causing you to pause and hesitate. They should be things that you're like, whoa, wow, ooh, I don't even know if I'm comfortable with this. It's what I want. It's what I need. It's what I'm working for. They should be that. Those are the 5 characteristics. So let me give you 4 tips in writing. Number one, think about who you want to be. Think about who you want to be. Not what, we're going to get there. Not what you want to possess, we're going to get there, right? Think about who you want to be and write it as an I am statement. For example, you want to be an actor. So you would write, I am an actor. You want to be a serial intellectual. You write, I am a serial intellectual who creates present tense, intellectual products that transform people and change the world. All present, all vision, all now. It's all there, right? Tip number 2, think about what you want to possess and write it in the present tense. For example, you want to have $1,000,000 cash in the bank. So you would say, I have $1,000,000 cash in the bank. You want multiple streams of income. I have 4 streams of income. You write it as if you actually have it. Number 3, think about where you want to be in the future and write it in present tense. So for example, I I want to be in Costa Rica with the love of my life, married. So what you would write is, I am in Costa Rica, married to the love of my life. Think about where you want to be, and you need to be specific where you want to be. Because remember, this is all in an attempt to rewire the thinking of the brain, right? Rewire the thinking of the brain. Tip number 4, think about potential obstacles. Now, listen carefully. Write about them as if you have overcome them already and reposition them to work for you and not against you. Let me say that again. Think about potential obstacles as if you have already overcome them and you have repositioned them to work for you and not against you. So, for example, in the future, if you're thinking about doing something and you know this is going to be a lot of pain, I'm going to lose money, or people get upset with me, I might lose a relationship, all those types of things, you might say something like, I am going to experience pain in the future. And that pain is going to help me be the person I need to be and get me where I need to go. Something like that. So, what you're trying to do and focusing on in terms of your obstacle is repositioning it and speaking about it as if it's already been overcome. And what this does over the long haul is it rewires the brain. Now, listen, your brain is really smart.
Smart.
You know, if you go to class and you take quizzes and tests and then you forget everything, you know what you're training your brain to do? Keep information until there's a test, then dump it, right? Your brain's smart. You know what your brain's going to do? It's going to keep the information and then dump it. It's going to keep the information and dump it. And you know what your brain's going to think you're supposed to do with all information? Keep it and dump it. The brain's really smart. So you have to engage the brain and rewire it and teach it. No, brain, this is how I want you to work for me. Remember, it's your brain. But if you don't engage your brain just going to do what it thinks you want it to do. And that's going to lead you somewhere. As I've said, if you don't know where you're going, you're going to end up somewhere, and it's probably somewhere you don't want to be. So if you don't tell your brain where you are right now and where you want to go, your brain's going to take you somewhere. And it's probably not going to be somewhere you want to go. All right? I hope these are helpful. I think they are. I've seen them in use with lots of people, and I hope they help you. Grace and peace.